the It's Worth the Drive Go Local Carpool. We are here at D.L. Bianchi's Brickyard Supply on River Road, here at 7995 River Road at the Bianchi's Brickyard. And today with me is Brenda Bolton. We're going to be touring the BB&T Bank here in a little while, aren't we? Say hello.
Hey everybody. Yeah, we picked the coldest day of the year so far to be here.
I know.
Outside.
So if the phone's shaking, I'm sorry, I'm cold. All right, so here we go. We are going to go into the Brickyard and find out exactly what all they have here in outdoor living space. How they can create you a perfect outdoor living space. Again, we are at Bianchi's Brickyard Supply on River Road. Here's Julie. And this is Julie Bianchi. She's the owner here at the Brickyard. It's a family-owned business. And we got Mark.
I'm Julie's son. How you doing?
That's wonderful.
Good to see everybody.
Great to see you. And we have our mascot.
That's our mascot, Bella.
Hey, Bella. Look at her. She wags.
She's our greeter.
That's wonderful.
Bella goes everywhere with Mark on estimates.
Yep.
She's
That's an extra bonus.
It is?
Yeah, oh, it is.
She's our sales dog.
Yeah. I know. You smell my girl, don't you? All right. Well, take us around the showroom here and tell us about it. And then we're going to go out into the outdoor living area.
Yes.
I'll let you take the inside.
All right, we started out selling brick. We've been in business 40-some years. And when we came down here, we saw a need for brick. We saw this was an old building way in the back, and it was kind of dilapidated. And we picked it up, moved it under the 2 oak trees there, and then from there, it's really been a success story. I mean, we started out selling brick, now we sell, oh my gosh, we have tools, we sell culture stone, we have aggregates, mulches. These are the little sample.
Oh, wait a minute. We got mulches.
Mulches, aggregates.
Pretty much cover anything you need on the outside.
Yes, and then we'll take you outside and we'll show you what we do sell. Our outdoor kitchen, we sell bell garden materials, and they're all in the ground.
Okay.
And
in the spring you sell plants, don't you?
oh, we sell flowers too.
That's
yes.
nice.
This isn't the best time to show everything outside because everything's brown, but we do sell flowers, and it's really pretty in the spring and summer.
We'll have to come back when it's in bloom.
Yes.
Well, Mark, tell us about the outdoor living area. Are you going to show it to us?
Yeah, come on outside.
All right.
Show you a lot of the materials that we keep on display.
Okay.
Come on outside.
Again, we're at Bianchi Brickyard Supply on River Road.
She does. And we really specialize in all masonry materials, hardscape materials, and landscape materials. So we can help you out with anything from your concrete foundation up to your block foundation of your home.
Okay.
And all the veneers that go on your home as well. Your brick, your stone, any type of patio walkway material as well. So as you can see, we have a large display area. Everything's nicely tagged, so it gives you some nice examples of different products you can put on the ground.
Because it's kind of hard to see in little swatches. It's like paint swatches.
It is. It's very hard, and we just really have one of each style of paver on the ground. We couldn't put every color because we just don't have that much room. So,
Right.
But give some nice examples of some different things you can do with your backyard. Nice brick fire pits. There's so many different styles, but even fireplaces, brick bars, outdoor grills. A lot of people will do some outdoor kitchen areas. So that's really really popular. People are trying to use that outdoor space, and people bring in their home to the outside. So
Right.
We live in an area where we want to be in the outside.
exactly.
Most of the time.
Beautiful weather.
Yeah.
So enjoy it.
I see Dave has joined us. Dave Bianchi. Hey, Dave. How are you?
David, good.
He's got his pencil in his hand. He's ready to write
know,
down.
yeah.
He's ready to write some orders. That's right. Now, you guys do design as well, do you not?
Oh, we do. We
us
help
design?
with designing and make suggestions on what'll work and what kind of fits in what areas. So yes.
That's great.
Yep.
And you've got a pizza oven over here.
We
so
do. We do.
for
have
those
a
that
pizza
want
oven.
Pizza's on Friday. When the weather's
pizzas
nice.
on Friday.
Friday
Ooh!
Free pizza for anybody who comes in on a Friday.
Oh my goodness! I wouldn't say that too loud.
Wood-fired pizza oven, so it's always fun to play with.
That's
Got use
awesome.
out of that, that's for sure.
Oh, wow.
This is amazing. I think everybody needs an outdoor pizza oven.
Oh yeah.
I know.
This is great.
What's nice about our business is we've done the houses for the people in the area when Southport and St. James and all the developments started growing and growing and growing. We did a lot of masonry work and we couldn't get the brick fast enough as much as we were working, so we ended up opening the Brickyard. And I said, well, we could supply brick to other people, others, contractors, all the builders, and supply it for us and have it on hand. 9 times out of 10, we always had to wait because there wasn't anything in Brunswick County.
Right.
And in this whole area, I mean, you had to go to Wilmington or you had to go to Myrtle Beach to get product. So we ended up opening this, and I thought I was going to sit behind a desk and just sit in an office. I'm a bricklayer, and what I ended up doing, I enjoy doing this kind of work.
That's
I was
awesome.
an art major too, also, so we do our artwork and artistic stuff, and so it's kind of unique. And the customers that we've done the houses for are coming back to us now for outdoor kitchens and patios and pavers. So we found a niche that was really kind of needed, and it's nice because the weather's so nice over here during the course of the summer that you're outside living is it's a big deal here.
It is really. I mean, look at these wonderful tables. That's a great idea for your patios and
Bistro
things.
tables, they're hurricane proof.
You don't have to move them during
No,
the
you
hurricane.
don't. No. you don't
Well, we
have
got
to
somebody that's watching from Pennsylvania that says it looks beautiful and warm here. Well, for us, it's
Little
cold.
chilly. Little chilly out
Chilly
right
for
now.
us today.
Yep.
Oh my.
Well, good. Well,
Look at
yeah.
the
This
sun
is.
and stuff.
Do you want to take a look at anything else, or?
Well, let's see. Let's
in the back, we got
let's
all-
go look in the back a little bit.
We got
We
that.
don't ever get in the back.
Walk
I know,
around.
yeah.
We'll show you some of the palletized materials just to show you how expansive the yard is. So this is all the material that would be on display, and then everything else that we have on the side is what customers would actually get shipped to their homes.
Right. So, if you ever wondered what something would look like, just come out to their showroom, and they've got it all labeled for you. You can see the beautiful brickwork that they do. It's really, it's almost like a little oasis. I've always told them that it would make a great wedding venue.
Yes. Well, it's hard to imagine, even with brochures, to see what something's going to look like on the ground. And, you know, it helps wonders for people to actually come out here and take a look at those materials installed.
Right. Oh, now when we were coming in the driveway here, I was noticing this beautiful fireplace out here.
It's definitely an eye catcher.
Look at
All the way
these.
through these boulders, even these landscape boulders. A lot of people will use these as features in their landscape.
Look how pretty those are.
Come from all over the country. Tennessee, Alabama, New York. But again,
Oh,
this
there's
will
a
show
nice
you
fire
different
pit.
examples of fire pits and fireplaces and different patios and patio selections that people can use for a new home or an existing home.
What's nice about our display area on the outside, people usually come from out of town, and where businesses aren't open all 24/7, but they can come here 24/7 and take a look at all the different displays.
Right.
So there doesn't have to be anybody here, so they can pick out things. Everything's usually labeled. So in the event that when we do get open, they know exactly what they need. You know, they've already did a walkthrough.
So you encourage people to come after
Oh, yeah.
hours
Oh, yeah.
and look at your display area
Sure.
outside and just stay out of the gated area, right? Don't
Yeah,
climb the
yeah,
fence.
yeah.
That's cool, yeah. Baby.
Yeah, those will be
Yeah.
closed after hours.
This is wonderful. If y'all can see there is like, it keeps going and going and going.
It goes back there. We have all of our palletized stone materials behind the fence, all of our decorative aggregates, and then even in the back, most of our building materials. Yep, watch your step. Most of our building materials for new home construction are in the back. All of our block materials and rebar and bulk aggregates, building sand, etc.
Wow.
We bring in a lot of different types of stone that can be used for walkways and patios.
And I'm sure if you don't have it, you'll find it for them.
We can find it, yes.
Oh yeah, we will find it.
We're always finding new and different stones. It's a very
amazing.
fun thing to find and research new products.
During the course of the winter, when it's real cold, we'll take a trip. We usually go west, almost in the central time zone, and then we get different quarries, because local quarries have a certain color. As you start getting into Tennessee, then we start getting into the Cumberland Mountains, and the stone and the rock are a little bit different. And so what we do is we pick out our pallets that we want, and we set it up for delivery during the course of the spring, and as we do, we get deliveries from there. But we go there and we actually see the different types of stone that we can get.
That's amazing. Well, we sure appreciate you taking us on a tour today.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
here at Bianchi Brickyard Supply on River Road,
River
7995 River Road, which
That's
is also
right there.
Highway 87 for those
Yep.
of you that don't know. It's
Just before you come into Southport. Yep.
just before.
Yep.
Or just as you're going out on the
Or
left.
Just as you're coming out. Yep.
Or the right, and left or right. You can't
Exactly.
miss it. You have a fire going most of the time. It's
That's great. Well, this is a great family business, and I hope you come out and support them the next time you're thinking about your outdoor kitchen space, your outdoor living space, your bricks, your pavers, whatever stone that you are looking at. Come out and see the Brickyard Supply. Thank you again, and we're going to get in
Thank
the
you,
car
Karen.
now and
Thank you,
take
everybody,
off.
for your time.
Thank
Appreciate
you. Bye.
it. Bye.
Now don't forget, in the springtime, they have flowers. So come see them and check out their flowers in the spring. Julie does a nice job picking out the pretty flowers too. All right, here. Let's see. Bye, Bella. All right, now who's in our carpool today? We have, oh my gosh, look at those little lights. Ah, where'd y'all get those?
Bianchi Brickyard.
All right.
They cool.
So if you got a closet that's dark and you just need some light,
Just go flip
Bianchi
it.
Brickyard.
These things are awesome.
You never know what you can find in there.
ah, that's funny. And we have today in our carpool Heather Holbrook with Brunswick Electric Membership Co-op.
Hello.
Say hey, Heather.
Hey, how are y'all?
Good. It was cold out there, y'all.
And breezy.
And breezy. All right, so tell us a little bit about Brunswick Electric.
Well, thanks for inviting us along on your
Sure.
carpool adventure today. This
Thank
is really
you.
exciting.
Thank you.
Get buckled up.
We got to be safe, y'all.
This is going to be fun. We're a local business, just like this one and all the other ones that we're visiting. So everybody knows who Brunswick Electric is, but there's a whole lot to the co-op, and so it's an awesome opportunity to sit with y'all and talk to you about it. Since you're all members, I'm a member, you're a member.
Yep.
There's 76,000 members of Brunswick Electric, and we're the second largest co-op in North Carolina. And so that's all well and good. What does a big co-op do? Well, it's a big part of the community. So we're just local. We're owned by those that we serve, and that's you.
So you have a board of directors that's elected from the membership,
We
correct?
do. Co-ops are different in the business model from a investor-owned utility. So a co-op is governed by 7 major principles, and one of them, like you said, is democratic principles, governed by a board elected from the districts that are broken up. We have 12 districts in our service territory. I'll also say, because this is a nice long ride, we have plenty of time to talk about it. The service territory that Brunswick Electric serves is about 1,500 square miles.
So you go over into Columbus County?
Absolutely. Columbus County, and not as many members in Columbus County, but it's a sizable part. Anything rural, you know, we're a rural electric cooperative. And so Columbus County, our heart is there too. We belong to the Columbus County Chamber of Commerce as well. So, but we're a big place, but we're local, and we take it, everything's so personal. You know, we conduct our business the way you do, you know, it's the golden rule. So your neighbors are working there for you. We've got 176 employees working for Brunswick Electric, plus contractors. But
well, I must say that Brunswick Electric is my membership. I'm a member of Brunswick Electric Co-op, and I have always been, as long as I've lived here, and you do a phenomenal job. I can't say enough about my electric co-op on how they keep my lights on.
Thank you. Well, thanks for saying that, because we do. You can't keep everybody happy all the time, but we're real proud of the fact that the reliability rating that we strive to maintain is 99.99% of the time your power's on. I can't think of anything else that we deal with every day in our daily lives that you can say is functional 99.99% of the time. But so reliability is important, and some of that you'll see as we're driving these big poles that have your power lines, but when we get closer to the beaches, you won't see them, because there's about the 6,500 miles of electric line we have, more than half of that is buried underground. And so that's helpful during hurricane season and whatnot, to have those lines protected underground.
I was very grateful that my power did not go off during hurricane.
Excellent.
It was
Oh, I'm so
fantastic.
glad
I was
to hear
like,
that.
wow.
That was a
You know,
tough
stay
time.
right there.
Florence and Michael, those were tough times, not too recent past, so it affected everybody. But I'm glad to hear that. We worked real hard around the clock to get the power back on as quick as we could. So,
Your linemen are really amazing in the job that they do, and I know your contractors that come in from other states to support you during things like that.
that's right. That's another one of the 7 co-op principles, and that one is cooperation among cooperatives. So there's, in this state, there's 26 electric co-ops, and it's just a given that whenever the need is there during a major storm or some kind of crisis, we just make arrangements, and we send our crews up where they're needed to help restore power, and likewise they come and help us, and they came from around the country to help us during Florence.
Well, Karen Fullerton just said to say hello to you, and it's good to see you.
Hello. Thank you. This is great. I love doing this.
She's going to be in our carpool. Karen, when are you going to be in our carpool? I don't have the schedule. Brenda, do you remember either?
And
But
Sheila, if you're watching, you did a great job last Thursday. I watched that. Y'all are doing great.
But Karen's with the Sergey Foundation, and she's going to be here in the carpool, and I think it's either next week,
Okay.
after, or something to talk about
Fantastic.
that.
Oh yeah.
But today we're going to talk about Brunswick Electric, and I know you've been doing a lot of work on 211. Do you want to talk about the investment that you're making on 211?
Well, there's
a little bit?
plans, you know, let's talk about growth. I think, number one, everybody knows, watching this, you make this drive yourselves. It's time to obviously meet the capacity for the road. It's traveled so much. And the growth in the county, it has to expand. Everything's expanding. Our infrastructure for the electric co-op needs to continue to expand, so to be able to meet the growth and the demand for electricity. So we are just going to do our part as it rolls out the plan to, bit by bit, expand and move these poles if we need to, or increase the line to meet growth. Because, you know, there's growth here all around the county, but in the northern part of the county, we're seeing such amazing growth that our new substations in our 4-year work plan that's now being worked on, going to continue to upgrade and then build new substations just to handle that kind of demand.
That's great. So in September, you have an annual meeting of all the members?
We do. If you have not been to Brunswick Electric's annual meeting, it's an annual membership meeting, the 3rd Saturday every September, please come. It's a really big deal. I thought, oh good, an annual meeting. I've only been with the co-op for This is my 6th year. I was like, okay, a meeting, that's nice. Oh yeah, there's 4,000-5,000 people. Members come to the meeting and conduct a business meeting. There's entertainment, and we feed you and give away a gift. So it's a good time to see your neighbors and bring your family. And it's also a good opportunity to teach young people about what the co-op is. So many people move here, even folks who've lived here a long time. They might know their members, but that doesn't register. It's very different being a member versus a customer because you own the electric co-op.
Right. So when you're talking, if you're complaining about your electric company, you're complaining about yourself.
Good way to put it.
That's right.
Well, we're really fortunate because we talk to our members every day. They call, or we're out in the community seeing them like this, and we have really supportive, wonderful members. We do. They're just good people to serve, and that's our whole point of being is to serve the membership.
Do you still do a sausage dog at the?
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I've had people come just for that sausage dog.
Ask me how many sausage dogs that we have to purchase for
I
an
have
annual
to
meeting.
know. How many?
Just guess.
3,000.
More.
10,000.
10,000. You knew. How did you know that?
10,000?
10,000 sausage dogs. Yes, ma'am. And they are gone by 10:30 in the morning.
Wow.
Okay, and they're good.
They're good.
Those guys work hard and cook them. The employees work so hard to put on annual meeting every year.
So
It's
the employees are
remarkable.
cooking the sausage
Oh, absolutely.
dogs.
We do everything. All behind the scenes, setting up, working every station. We have educational opportunities there so we can talk about our programs and things we're doing in the community. But the sausage dogs are a big draw. People
Yes, they
like
are.
the sausage dogs.
I'm telling you.
You know it.
If you haven't been, you got to go just for the sausage dogs, folks.
So this past year, if you'll remember, it was not on September 22nd
Yes.
because it was right after the hurricane. So
A little busy.
Brunswick Community College, the Odell Williamson Centers, where we hold it every year, well, they had experienced some damage, so we couldn't hold the meeting there. So we pushed it to, the board decided to move it to October, and we ended up having it there. It was a little smaller. We'd abbreviated the meeting a little bit, but it was still great, and I'm so glad everybody came.
And you guys are wonderful supporters of the community. You're in the community, so the members are part of the community, so you want to make sure that you're supporting the community as well. Tell us a little bit about how you do that.
Let's talk about the 7 co-op principles one more time.
Yeah.
Another one of them is, and it's number 7, and it's my favorite, is our Brunswick Electric's concern for community, which is also full commitment, but it's the concern for community is one of the proper principles. And what it means basically is we're owned by those we serve. We're local, so what affects y'all affects us. We're all the same. So like this, it's worth the drive. This affects us too, and that's why I thought it was important. Brunswick Electric thought it was important to participate in this and just raise awareness and let folks realize we're out there supporting the local businesses too. What was your question?
Oh, about how, I know you do the community grants,
Yes,
and you do the teacher grants.
That's one part of my job I love. The communications department, not only do we make your magazine,
Yes.
and
I love my Carolina
do you?
country.
Thank you very much. We work really hard on this. This is the January issue. Y'all should have gotten one in your mailbox. Members get this free, and we have just finished working on the February issue. But you can read and hear about our community programs, and one of them, like you said, is the community grants program. So that one, we like to support, of course, all of the organizations locally who are doing such great work in the communities that we all serve together. There's too many to even name, but it's folks who apply. They meet one of the 5 criteria, the categories: community service. Gosh, what are all the? You can go to BEMC.org and see all the specifications. But there's folks doing great work in the communities, and it's easy to apply, and they are grants up to $2,500 each. Last year, I think the amount was close to $40,000 that we gave to these organizations to go continue their work to serve the community. And interestingly, is that money is not budgeted. We don't put that in a budget. That comes directly from selling at an auction all of our surplus or extra things we don't need at the co-op anymore. So that come to annual meeting, you'll see the auction in the back, and all the proceeds from that go directly to fund our community grants programs.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So when we sell a bucket truck, we take that money and put it in community grants, turn around back into the community.
Right. That's a great program.
It's awesome. It's really awesome to see, because it's humbling to be able to support all the work that, and you know who you are out there, all these amazing organizations, whether they're Lions Clubs or Elk Clubs or Girl Scouts of America, different abused women and children shelters. I can't even thank everybody. There's just endless. And it's amazing, because then we're out in the community meeting these folks and seeing our grants in action, see how it's affecting folks in a positive way.
That's great. Now, do all the co-ops do that? So if somebody's in another area and they're in a co-op?
Every co-op, while we're all guided by the same 7 principles, everyone's uniquely different because we're all serving unique communities, right? But we do have a lot of things in common. So yeah, I'd say that there's some form or fashion of a community grant. We might call our programs by different names, but essentially it's the same thing. But one thing that I can tell you is the other grant program that I'm really proud of is Bright Ideas. Bright Ideas Education Grant Program was founded by Brunswick Electric, and all the other co-ops in the state adopted it, because it's a really great program in such, it's easy. Teachers apply, they see a need for funding that they want to teach something new and different to engage their kids, and they might not have the funds to do it. So these are creative programs or projects that the teachers want to do, and they apply for a grant. They're about $2,000 a piece. And that affects the kids directly, you know, and then they're excited to learn. And it's something that might not get funded otherwise. So that last year, we just recently, the most recent Bright Ideas grant cycle, it was about $34,000 that went back into the community. I know ATMC also has a program like that. They're a co-op too. But we love that our Bright Ideas Education Grant Program, which started at Brunswick Electric, then spread to all the other co-ops in the state.
That's great.
Yeah. Awesome.
We're here with Heather Holbrook, and she is with Brunswick Electric Membership Co-op. So I just want to remind you who we're talking to today. It's co-ops are different than your public
investor-owned utilities.
Investor-owned utilities.
Now, they're our friends too. It's
Yes.
important. You know, people ask me all the time, well, why don't they want to take over, you know, your territory? Well, I'm not sure what they want to do, but I do know for a fact that they serve urban and more in urban areas, and they weren't interested, honestly, in serving the rural communities back in the 30s. You know, we were founded in 1939. And it was dark in this part of North Carolina in 1939, 1940. And we started with just a few members, and they saw a need. Hey, we want to bring electricity to our farms and our businesses and our homes. They were not being served. So they just rolled up their sleeves and they built the co-op. And there's nearly 1,000 of them across America now.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to take just a second, because we got a lot of people up north that are sitting there in the snow, and we want to show them looking out, going over the bridge.
Beautiful view.
Here we go. Everybody look. Everybody say, oh, no snow here. Come on down. We love it. All right, Heather. I just had to tease
I'm
a little
glad you
bit.
did that. Come back soon.
That's right. Definitely.
Take a different route.
Oh, we're going to go down the beach road.
Beach Drive.
Oh. See, we're going to give you a treat today, folks.
And so we want to show them some things. We can actually show them some more things while they're doing it.
That's true.
Yeah, you don't have to look at me the whole time.
Okay. Well, we're going to still talk to you, but we're going to look at the
Absolutely. Well,
we're going to look at the
is
beach.
when you're taking this route, as you're coming, you can see the ocean.
That's true.
This way.
Yeah. So that's another positive of it's worth the drive.
Absolutely.
You get a different view that you're used to.
Any chance to look at the ocean is a good chance.
That's true.
When I
But
see the ocean, I always say it's waving to me.
yeah, well, today it looks like it really is waving out there on
That's a
the
good one.
horizon. Well, tell us a little bit more about Brunswick Electric Co-op.
Okay, let me think. There's so many things about the co-op that are, to me, very interesting. That's what I love about communications marketing job that I have, is it's different every day. There's always something new and different to do, and so many different members. It's fun just to talk with them. One thing I did want to tell you about is a program that's near and dear to our hearts, which is called Warm Homes, Warm Hearts. Warm Homes, Warm Hearts is a utility assistance program that we founded in 2008, and it's so simple. Folks feel, if they feel like they'd like to donate, they send in $10, $100, $1,000, and the co-op matches their donation dollar for dollar, 100%. That goes into a fund for Warm Homes, Warm Hearts, and we administer it to 2 agencies locally, Brunswick Family Assistance, and then in Columbus County Department of Aging. And so those funds, there's no overhead, there's no fanfare, we just send the money to them and they dispense it. And that's over $100,000 a year. It goes to help local folks who might be hit hard times or on a fixed income, or if they just work through BFA or Department of Aging, and they can get assistance with their utility bills. And that's important this time of year, especially. It's a cold snap. And
So those people that are having a little trouble, they go to the Brunswick Family Assistance.
That's right.
And ask for the
Warm Homes, Warm Hearts.
Warm Home, Warm Hearts.
And now in its 10th year, this is year 11 we've started. That's over $1 million that we've put back into the community. And truly, it's the members who are so generous and make that contribution. We just match it.
Especially with as hard times that we've had through, if it's the closure of the bridge or the hurricane, and those people that have had to meet deductibles on insurance.
That's exactly right.
Repairs to their homes. That's a very important program to know about. So Brunswick Family Assistance, how do they, it's on the website. Is it on your website?
You can learn more about everything I'm talking about today, but particularly Warm Homes, Warm Hearts. We write about it a great deal in the magazine too, but you can go to BEMC.org and click on the tab about community involvement, and there's more information about how that program works. I cannot say enough about the folks at Brunswick Family Assistance and the work they do just to support the community.
They do good work, definitely. And I think they've also taken a very important lead role in all the hurricane recovery efforts.
That's exactly right. We were fortunate. Brunswick Electric partnered with a bank out of Colorado that we do some banking with. Our main bank is BB&T, but CoBank is a bank that serves cooperatives, and it's a cooperative itself. And they reached out to us during and after Hurricane Florence and said, "We will give you $25,000 if you match it, and we'll give it to some entity in your community to serve the most people." And so Brunswick Family Assistance was a natural fit for that. It's fantastic. Yes, very big thanks to CoBank.
Well, I know too, as we were talking about, we have people coming that helps in our community. I know that Brunswick Electric goes out and about all over the country too, helping other people. And they have
We do. There's
Florida.
that's one of those co-op principles that we were just talking about. Cooperation among cooperatives. So the electric co-ops do abide by that, and so within reason, we don't haul out to Texas or Alaska if there's a need. There's co-ops closer that they could reach out to, but we do send our crews. They're such highly trained and committed individuals, so good at their jobs. I have been told by other co-ops, we love it when Brunswick Electric comes to help us because your crews are so good. They just get it done safely. These are some safe working men too.
a lot of long-term employees.
That's
that
right.
have been
That's
part
right.
of it. So
Once Brunswick Electric is such a great place to work, and it's such a commitment. It's a culture thing. everybody works hard. We all have the same goal, to serve the member, and we all do it in different ways, but that's the goal in the end, is to serve the membership the best way we can. And we're always open to new ideas, so if we listen to our members. If there's something that you need or you want, call us. Come by the office, right there on 211. Come see us there, but you can come see us at the headquarters on Highway 17 too. Well, yeah. We have one more location, and it's in Whiteville.
I was going to say, I think you have one in Columbus County.
Oh,
too,
yes.
yeah.
Love Columbus County.
I know. They've been hit hard a couple times with hurricanes.
Right, and the floods in particular. It's just it's tough.
I mean, you see all these pictures of these linemen out in these horrendous conditions, and they are just working so hard. And we appreciate them, but we appreciate everybody with Brunswick Electric. It takes everyone there to make it work.
Thank you. I will pass that on to our employees, because it's true. During the storms, it's a privilege to be there around the clock and work hard together.
I mean, you look at your CEO,
Don Hughes.
He came up through the ranks.
He sure did.
So many years ago.
He sure did. Don Hughes, I know he's not watching this right this minute. He's in a meeting.
That's what happens when you're a CEO.
I said, come join us. Sit in the back seat and talk on Facebook. He said, he would. But since he's not here, I'm going to say that he's the most dedicated man to the electric co-op I've ever seen.
And his community. And
his community by far. Absolutely. He's a big believer in this Chamber of Commerce, and he started Brunswick Electric right out of high school. So it was 1969, and he was a meter reader and then a lineman and was climbing poles, and just worked his way up through the ranks. So committed to the work of the co-op.
Well, we won't do the math, Don, so we won't know how old you are.
Oh, nobody knows how old he is. That's okay. I can tell you, though, he's been there for 49 years. So
fantastic.
As a mere teenager, he was a teenager. It's quite a story. You know, you don't see that kind of commitment anymore.
No, you
just don't. But there's so many committed people at Brunswick Electric who've got that same work ethic. It's a pleasure to work there.
Because there are a lot of people that have been there for a long time.
That's true.
And they believe in promoting from within.
That's true, and that experience that they gain and pass along, that's so valuable. You can't just go to school for all of that. You've got to gain experience along the way, and you should know, because you've been in your position with the chamber for as long as you have, that
30
your
years.
Experience is remarkable. Karen.
I started when I was 2.
What an amazing story, Karen.
I know. I could hardly crawl. But no, and it's because of people like Mr. Hughes and others in our community that have really, put so much work and so much love and care into it, like they do their own positions at their jobs. It's not a job when you love it.
And we love it.
No.
We do. We're at BB&T.
We are at BB&T. We'd like to thank Heather Holbrook with Brunswick Electric Membership Co-op. And if you want to learn more about any of the programs, you can call her at...
Call us at work. Gosh, what's our phone number? You got me there.
Or Brunswick, BEMC.
Go to BEMC.org. I know that we're 800-842-4751. I can't remember. Karen?
I'm so sorry. Okay.
Oh, here it is.
Here it is.
It's 842-5871.
5871. So
and
don't
ask
call
for Jimmy
41.
Green.
Oh, she just
And ask for Jimmy Green.
Oh,
Definitely. Missy saved the day. We had some light on the subject. Thank you again, Heather. We appreciated it. All right, Brenda, we're at your place now, so we are going to stop here.